Hello chums, pals, friends, how are we doing all? It's Iris, welcome back, and as always with me, it's been a little while since I did my last video. Yeah, that was December, so anyway, less said about that the better. So sorry for the wait, but I can tell you we're back with something pretty special today, so I won't waffle on too much about it, other than to tell you that we're watching a good friend of mine called Ragnar playing in his Skorpion G in a pretty delightful matchup on El Haluf. We have a tier 6 game with no RE. What a dream. And I wish I could say that I was doing this as a blind commentary, but I just tried to record this video and my computer decided to just stop the recording halfway through and disconnect all my monitors, and it all went swimmingly well. So I've got to do it again. So I do know what happens, unfortunately, but I'll do my best to try and put some kind of entertaining commentary on it. I knew the result before anyway, and I can tell you that this is pretty special in terms of the overall performance that Ragnar gets here. So he started off with a couple of shots on the KV-13. He hits one as he's driving down. It's a bit of an odd place for a KV-13 to go, but I always think of that thing as a heavy tank, but it's actually technically a medium, isn't it? It looks like a heavy, which is probably why I get confused. First one pens, second one bounces, which is a bit of a shame, but he's moving forward because he's just noticed that a wild Tiger 2 has appeared in the middle of, frankly, nowhere. This guy's got no cover at all. Takes a shot, and just as he takes the shot, the Tiger 2 goes unspotted, but we can be pretty sure that one penned. From that angle, it's pretty safe to say that more or less any contact would have been a pen, and this one as well. So he's got probably a blind shot hiding in there somewhere. So we're up to probably somewhere around 1500 damage, depending on the first roll. And he manages to finish him off. In fact, I think Ragnar more or less took all of that Tiger's hit points away. Maybe bar one shot from the T-34-85 to his left, so very nice indeed. And it looks like his team's gonna advance up from this lower position down there, but they are getting pretty well pressured on the heavy flank, as we've just turned to see, because we've got some lovely slide shots on these guys who are making some pressure, and it's a bit of a questionable play, I guess. I think the problem is that if you make this push down from the hill above where the T-34-85 is, you really can't afford to sit where they are. You have to be able to push in past it, I think, because if you do, as these guys are finding out, and you don't have control of the field, you're really going to be in a bad spot, because anything in the field has just got free farm on you. Ragnar gets spotted because the E25 pushes up, so he quite wisely gets the hell out of the way. But he's not done. He was quite enjoying shooting all those guys on the side, and I don't really blame him, so he's going to go back and see if he can find another chance to. And this E25, he took an okay position at the beginning, but now he's gone for an extra sort of aggressive push, and maybe he's realised that wasn't a good idea, and he's trying to run away as Ragnar finishes off a Progetto. And Ragnar don't like E25s, and I don't really blame him, because they're really annoying. He manages to snap him. That's a good kill though, because in all seriousness, an E25, they're dangerous tanks. Everybody knows quite how strong they are with, like, frankly, tier 9 level DPM. If he lets him get away and sit in a bush somewhere, he could really come back and bite him in the arse. So it's a good kill, and he took a bounce from the Comet, who he knows is roughly up around sort of B3-4, I think, is where he shot him from. But all that being said, we're up to 3.4 visible, probably with what, one blind I think on the Tiger, but it's not looking that good, because Ragnar's team has melted on the heavy flank, but he's done a good job of being able to protect all of his hit points so far. And the advantage he's got now, particularly playing a Skorpion G, and well, any high alpha tank has this advantage into the late game, is that you can start trading with people, because it's much easier to isolate a 1v1 later in the game, as this 45 TP is doing. In fact, he's almost putting himself in a 1v2 situation, because well, we can't see if the T-34-100 is spotting anybody else, but You know, Ragnar can hit him, the T-34-100 just took a swing. And obviously having 490 alpha damage compared to the 45 TP, which I think is 320. It's, ooh, this is a little bit of a mistake here, driving out with his turret facing the wrong way, but... yeah, nice. I don't know if you noticed there, but Ragnar compensated for the slow turret traverse on the Skorpion by turning his hull to make the turret spin round quicker, because if he hadn't done that he wouldn't have got that shot on the Comet. I'm not sure why the Comet didn't shoot him. Didn't see what gun he had. I'm pretty sure they all have a pretty short reload, and he was looking at him. I don't know, maybe his gun was damaged or something, but he wanted to get away, but he managed to turn quick enough to snap him. Comes up behind the 45 TP, who hits a pretty ridiculous snap there, and the KV-85 is going to take advantage of the Skorp's long reload and give him one as well. Luckily KV-85 is using the small gun, the 100mm, as he should be. I think the best gun on that tank. Oh, and he bounces a TS5 casually. Alright, we'll let that one go. Everybody needs a little bit of luck, right? Because if the KV-85 had been using the big gun, you could well have rolled and killed him there. Because what, 250 to 390 is like 140 extra plus a big roll. It's possible. He did high roll with the 100mm, so maybe not. Outreacts the 45 TP, which is nice, because that probably would have been a kill shot for the 45 TP if he'd have hit it. And now he's coming out wide to see if he can find that OI, who seems to be proving rather elusive considering he's a big old boy. Ah, no, there he is. He's just rolled over the T-34-100. So this is now a 1v3. And Ragnar is banking on the TS5 having just held W to chase him, which is not really a bad bet considering there's not much else to do in a TS5. You can't really play reactively in these things because they're so slow. And he does come up behind him. Chooses not to track him, which to be fair would have been hard in that situation, because the problem with the Skorpion is it's got such a long reload, you're probably not going to keep him perma-tracked. But he's banking on the Skorpion's mobility to allow him to get round the TS5 before he can turn, which it has. Just sticks himself right on his arse. And minus TS5. Okay, so that evens the odds up a bit. That's the last tier 8 that he was against. And he's got a tier 6 and a tier 7 to deal with. They're both big, fat Japanese heavies. Which is a pretty good situation to be in, really. I mean, ideally it wouldn't be a 1v2 if you wanted to win the game. But if you are going to be in a 1v2, it's not really a bad couple of opponents for a Skorpion G, because this thing's fairly manoeuvrable. It's got pretty good pen to be able to deal with them. And although it doesn't have great camo for a TD, it's still going to have decent enough camo to outspot tanks like this, as we've just found out. So Ragnar's not spotted here, even though his binos weren't activated. He's still got the view range to spot the OI, and he does get spotted when he fires. So it was just his, you know, his camo rating, if you like, keeping him unspotted there. And he drove forward until he was unspotted, and now he's come back to see if he can peek from the same point, even though he was making it look like he was driving the other way. But the OI has done the smart thing and hidden his tank behind a rock. So it's time to go somewhere else. Now, when you're in a 2v1 or something like this, obviously Ragnar's a one-shot for both of these tanks. And the ideal way to deal with it, if you were part of the two players trying to finish off one, is you make sure that you attack the enemy in your duo together to a point where if the enemy fires, even if he kills or damages one of you two, the other one can shoot him back. And obviously if the OI and the ONI were able to do that, they would have a pretty good chance of winning this. The problem they've got is they're so damn slow. And this is quite a big open map, really. So if they do stick together and they get spotted and Ragnar works out where they both are, it's going to be quite easy for him to just keep them at range and probably whittle them down. And obviously, they also need to force Ragnar to come to them one way or another if they want to do that. If they want to play together and they want to, you know, engage him together, they have to force him to come to them as they're doing now by capping. In this situation, it's pretty difficult for Ragnar to ever try and cap there against two opponents, although they are so slow. It's one of the only chances you would have at capping out against two. And the OI gets spotted and he's not interested in turning, he just wants to get up around that corner. Ragnar tries to hit a snap on him, doesn't quite land it, and the OI is aware enough that he fired that he's looked for an opportunity to take a shot at him. Okay, so we know that the Oni's capping, because the OI's just been spotted way out of the cap circle. And we know pretty much exactly where the OI is as well. It's just a case now of finding a way to be able to shoot these guys and not take any damage back. Now this is a bit more difficult than it could have ideally been if we were able to work the range and the vision a bit more. And Ragnar's choosing to go forward, almost directly towards the OI from where he last was. And he spots him through the bush, and he gets a bit lucky there that the OI misses. But everybody needs a bit of luck in a big game like this, and OI, Oni, they're not particularly accurate tanks, but I still probably would have expected him to hit from there. So took the risk, got away with it, fair enough. He's looking for an angle on the Oni as he spots him in the cap circle, but he does get out-spotted by the Oni there as well. Or he gets spotted, rather, by the Oni. So he needs to be a bit careful here. And he's trying to line the shot up. Oh, he's going to take it blind, is he? He's going to take it blind. And it does land. And we just saw the Oni fire. We saw the splash in the bush, so we know that we've probably got time for another one before he reloads. Which takes him down to a one-shot. If it was me here, personally, I probably would have gone the other way around. I probably would have gone back. I can't. Where's my mouse gone? I don't know. I'm not going to mess around with it. I would have gone back behind the Oni. Back down towards like the heavy flank. Oh, they just both try and snap each other. But now the Oni's fired, Ragnar knows he's got the reload advantage and he's trying to keep out and make sure he's got a nice clean shot by the time he reloads. Pens him in the turret. Very nice. So I probably would have gone back round and attacked him from the other side. But Ragnar pulls it off. Fair play. It worked, so there's nothing to take away from that. So 7,879 damage visible. Crazy. Remember, we had at least one blind that I think we're aware of on the Tiger 2. And yeah, let's have a look at the results and see how this actually finished up. Welcome back. Okay, so we end up with a grand total of 8,909 damage with 9 kills. Now, I remember there being one blind that I noticed on the Tiger 2. There's 3 shots and 3 pens. I'm trying to work out where this other shot came from, because there was 7,900 and something visible, plus roughly 500 from one shot on the Tiger 2. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention very well, and there was a blind in there somewhere. The Comet, we definitely saw that one. 45 TP, 2 shots, yeah, we saw that back of the turret, and then when he pushed him, Tiger 2, 3. And I think only one of them was blind. Maybe I'm wrong. Oni. Oh, of course, the Oni, the blind shot on the cap, of course. Silly, silly me. How could I forget that one? Probably the most important shot of the game. So, 8,909 damage. Now, I didn't look at this myself. I'm sure some of you guys probably know how to check this out. But I believe, from what a couple of my friends have said who have looked at the results of this game, there is only one game on what replays with higher damage in a Skorpion G. If any of you know of one, or more than one, or any with more, please let me know, because that's more damage in a tier 8 than I've ever been able to do in any tank, even my tier 10s. My top damage is just under 8,000 in the game. So kudos, Ragnar. Poggy's game. Well played, mate. Maybe one day I might be able to beat you. But don't hold your breath, because I'm pleb. Boys and girls, thanks for watching. It's been a pleasure. It's been too long. I'm actually about to record another video. Unbelievable. Maybe 2 videos closer than 4 or 5 months together. I know. Treating you. Spoiling you. See you again soon. If you like the video, give me a like, give me a subscribe, do all the stuff that you do on YouTube, drop me a comment, let me know what was good, what was bad, all that rubbish. And thanks for watching. See you again soon.